Hi guys and welcome to my channel. So this is my first video. It's posted the day after Thanksgiving. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving. And with that being said, I thought that my first video could be how to be more grateful. This topic was inspired because of Thanksgiving, but also when I thought about it, I was like, well, I've been trying really hard to be a more grateful person because I feel like the past couple of years have been really rough on me, and I know everybody out there has rough days and hard days no matter who you are, so I thought maybe this would be like a good way to bring positivity to my channel and everything that I'm trying to do here. So before I begin telling you ways to be more grateful, I just want to begin by saying my name is Carissa. You can find me on most of my social media as Carissa Michelle, although I don't really use like Snapchat anymore or Facebook or really anything besides Instagram. I have a Twitter, but I also don't use that. Right now I'm living in California. I am from Connecticut. I am a social worker. I just got my master's degree at USC, and I am now registered with the Board of Behavioral Sciences, and I am going to become a licensed clinical social worker. So that's a little bit about my background. I'm sure you will get to know me more as videos go on. As I mentioned, I had a pretty rough couple of past years, just like life decisions that I've made, life changes that have happened, all these things that kind of accumulated, and I was just like not feeling myself. I was upset about a lot of things. Came to a point where one day I totally lost it. I was on the phone with somebody and they just upset me so much, and I was like, I can't live this way anymore. You can't hurt me anymore. I can't let you hurt me. And I hung up the phone and I said, no more. That is done. It was just so much, and I really need to figure out how to be a more happy person, and I meant it. I need to cleanse these toxic relationships in my life. I need to cleanse this toxic workplace. I need to be happier, and I feel like the key to being happy is being grateful, and I know that that's like a common knowledge thing, but I didn't really understand it until I started actually practicing it. Don't get me wrong, like I still have bad days, I still worry about things, I still get anxious, but I would say overall, I've really seen a change in myself because I just realized that I have other things to focus on than all the bad that goes on in my life. So my first tip to being more grateful is starting a journal of everything you're grateful for. And actually, hold on. So I actually truly have one. The reason that I think journaling is really important is because the day could be pretty hectic and you forget to be grateful and thankful. Because if you're like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna say thanks in my head to everything that goes good in the day, you start going so quickly you didn't say thank you for anything, and then you just are so tired at night you put the TV on and you forget about it. So if you have something set that you have to do, it makes you sit down and actually be grateful. It could be something so small, because there are days where I am all up in my feelings and I'm like, I literally don't know what to be grateful for, and you still need to journal on those days. I have things that I'm grateful for, my family, my friends. They're simple. Something great might not have happened this day, but I still had something to be thankful for, which is my family, my friends. I also put music, which might sound ridiculous, but I was having a really hard day this day, and I listened to music all day, and it really put me in a calm place. It was calming music, lyrics that I really liked, that I felt like understood me. And so the point is, like, out of this whole list, I feel like you don't have to have an amazing day to be able to journal. All you have to do is be thankful for something, which honestly you should be able to do every single day. So that's my example of things that you would write on a hard day when you feel like nothing great has happened. So my second tip actually comes from this book. It's called Don't Sweat the Small Stuff, and it's all small stuff. And back when I was having a really difficult time a couple years ago, after I was on this like show, I had been talking to somebody else who had been on TV for a while on a really popular reality show, and they also filmed my team, which was 495 Productions, and so I felt like this person really understood what I was going through, although their show was much more successful, so they didn't understand the failure part. But the point is, like, they kind of understood like the pressure and how things don't always go the way that they're supposed to, blah blah blah. So they recommended this book to me, and there was a chapter in here that talked about every week writing a letter to somebody that you love, or somebody that did something good for you, or something that you're grateful for, and giving it to them, because part of being grateful is saying thank you, but not only to yourself and in your head, but to others around you, to kind of spread love and spread gratefulness, if that's a word. So, my birthday was in October, and I turned 27, and I wrote a letter to everybody in my family. It was just to let them know everything that I was grateful for. Like my mother, obviously the life that she's given me, how hard she's worked for me, my father, my grandparents, both of my uncles, and all of the great things that they've done for me, and that even when times get hard, they're always there for me. And I think that part of being grateful is realizing that you have a team around you and that they deserve to hear thank you as well. And I wanted to start year 27 of my life on a very happy and grateful note. I feel like when you show love and you spread love, you get that back to you. So when you show them how grateful you are and how thankful you are, that love gets returned back. The third tip is to commit to using positive language, positive self-talk. This is super important because you could sit down at the end of the day and write your journal of what you're grateful for, and you could sit down and be like, oh, I'm grateful for my friends, my family, this and that, but you do that for 5 minutes, not even, and then you're done, and you did your gratefulness, but for the past 10 hours at work, you've been cussing everybody up and down, mother effing everybody, you know, screaming during traffic. If you spend 10 hours of your day livid and angry and on some other, and then you come home for 5 minutes and you write down things that you're grateful for, it doesn't balance. This is actually a mindset and a life change. So I think like what's been important for me is when I start to go down this spiral, I'll be like, oh my God, you know, I've been applying for jobs. I hear back, they're all crappy. I had to decline 2 jobs because they don't pay enough. When am I ever gonna find a job? Blah, blah, blah. You need to stop yourself and rearrange the conversation and just be like, yeah, it's been really difficult to get a job that I really like, but I'm so grateful because I have my master's degree and I'm getting licensed. I just registered with the Board of Behavioral Sciences. Like, I am on my way, and not everybody has the opportunity. So it might take a while, but when this job comes, it's gonna be great. And that is a totally different mindset and perspective than the first one, and that brings happiness to your life. Yeah, you're not getting a job after you say it. It's not like the cure-all or be-all or magic moment, but it really does make a difference on how you view the world, because now you're seeing things in a more positive way, and when you see things in a more positive way, you're going to be a more positive person. And so I just think that you really need to commit to it, obviously, and think about what it is that you want out of your life. And if you want to be more grateful and thankful and happy and loving, you need to be a more positive person that has positive self-talks in your head. So the next one is don't compare yourself to others. And this one is really hard. For me right now, I'm in such a place in my life that I'm trying to figure out like what exactly I want. Do I want to stay in California? Do I want to move home to Connecticut? All these things are going through my head, and when I'm looking for answers, sometimes it's easy to compare yourself to others because you're looking for answers and you're like, oh, well, I want that life, or oh, I want that car, or I want this, or I want that, oh, I want that type of relationship, and you're trying to get what other people have, and it's really not like your journey, because first of all, you don't even know what they're going through. Like, we all go through things and we don't post it on social media. Like, I'm not gonna post when I'm crying looking a hot mess, but I am gonna post when I like feel really grateful and I have a beautiful sunset out on the beach when I'm on vacation. And so the first thing is I can't compare my situation because who knows even if they have a good situation. Second of all, even if it is really good for them, who knows how long it took them to get there or what journey they took. And everybody has a different journey. So the more you compare yourself to others, you're really just putting yourself down. The way you frame things, the way you talk to yourself, the way you talk about yourself, it all reflects back on whether you're going to be happy or not. And so I think those 4 things, journaling, writing letters, showing love, spreading love, saying thank you for all that you have, being a more positive person, practicing self-love, positive self-talk, and not comparing yourself to others, those are all going to bring more happiness into your life. And the more happy you are, I think the more grateful you are. And the more grateful you are, the more happy you are, vice versa. So those are my 4 tips. I hope that they're helpful. I know they're not like groundbreaking, but they work. And if you're looking for something that is going to work, if you practice those, it's going to make a difference. So I want to say thank you so much for watching this first video. If you made it to the end, that's awesome. And I'm just going to try to build a community here where I can teach you what I know from my personal life experience, from my professional life, and how I've helped other people and clients along the way while being in the social work field. And then I also want to learn from you. So anytime that you feel like you have something to add, if you have things that you have done that have made you a more grateful person, put them in the comments below, because I will read them. That when I work with other people in my career, in my professional life, I'll be able to share some of your tips, and I feel like that's how we build a community. I hope that we could do this together, and I hope that this is something that helped you. I will see you again next Friday with another video. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for watching it, and I have nothing but love for everybody. Thank you. Carissa, nice to meet you. Community, no, let's try that again. Don't. The bird. And an airplane. And did it just get darker? I guess it's like, girl, your video's over, stop talking.